So I have a pretty good feeling I'm gonna get some hate for this video. Now, I'm someone that drinks coffee and relies on caffeine daily. With that being said, I like to make sure my personal opinion doesn't overtake the tone or change the direction of this video. Caffeine has benefits, and I've talked about those in previous videos, but I didn't dive that deep into the side effects. That's what we're gonna do today, and I definitely recommend staying tuned all the way to the end of this video because there's a few aspects of caffeine consumption that might just shock you. So today, let's look at the negative effects of caffeine. Caffeine is one of the most used drugs in the world. It might help fight off fatigue and improve your alertness, or does it? Let's start with the simple stuff first. Consuming anything under 400 milligrams of caffeine a day is considered safe, but what are some of the adverse effects when consuming over 400 milligrams? Those basic side effects include headaches, insomnia, nervousness, irritability, frequent urination, inability to control urination, fast heartbeats, and muscle tremors. Most of those effects are commonly known, but let me lay out a hypothetical for you. So let's say I'm playing hockey and I'm caffeinated. This could be to my benefit. Caffeine stimulates our sympathetic nervous system, which activates what's called our fight or flight response. Thanks to evolution, this keeps us on our toes in the face of danger. So maybe in a hockey game, I'm more aware of a defender trying to come up behind me and take the puck. This will be good for whatever sport you play. But most of us drink our coffee, our energy drinks, or our energy shots before we go to work. Then we sit at our desk while at the same time having that sympathetic nervous system stimulated. And this can increase anxiousness. And if you're anything like me, good luck trying to focus on whatever task you're given. All my energy will go to attempting to not look like a crazy person having a panic attack. Well, I did say attempting, and I do know I'm not alone there. So small amounts of caffeine have been proven to help with mood and anxiety, but like everything, moderation is key. A 2015 paper from the School of Pharmacology suggests that caffeine consumption may be associated with increases in stress, anxiety, and depression. And this doesn't seem to be much of a surprise. This seems to be pretty well established, although it does seem like those effects can be mitigated by those who have good diets and proper sleeping habits. Although this seems to be one of the reasons why people consume caffeine is to improve poor sleep. Now, things like mood, anxiety, and depression are obviously serious issues, but these will be individual based and will change person to person. One of the effects that I found more concerning is the cerebral blood flow. A 250 milligram dose of caffeine has been shown to reduce resting cerebral blood flow between 22 and 30%. So this seems somewhat concerning, but my initial thoughts are, what are these long-term effects and are there studies on this topic? Well, the first study I found on this looked at heavy caffeine use in over 17,000 individuals who consumed 6 or more cups of coffee a day. They found that they had a 53% increase in risk of dementia. And the hypothesis was attributing this to the reduction in gray matter in the brain, which was due to reduced blood flow because of the vasoconstriction. Now hold on a second, because this isn't all doom and gloom. Some of the data on this topic was all over the board. A big claim like this required more research, and further investigations found a 2018 meta-analysis that found that 1 cup of coffee a day reduced the risk of dementia, along with a few other studies that didn't draw any conclusion whatsoever. And the most recent paper I found on this topic was a 2021 paper that did find a correlation between increased risk of Alzheimer's disease and coffee consumption, but this was for heavy consumption as well. So what do we make of this? Before I tell you how I'll alter my caffeine consumption, I just want to touch on 2 final side effects. When it comes to memory, Johns Hopkins did a double-blind study where individuals were given 200 milligrams of caffeine or a placebo, and they were given images to study. The next day, they were shown the same images again, with some changes, and the caffeine groups were more able to accurately identify new images or changes that weren't there the day before. And this is called pattern separation. The study did state, though, if we were using a standard recognition memory task without these tricky similar items, we would have found no effects of caffeine. And at the end of the day, studies do conclude that you cannot consider caffeine a pure cognitive enhancer because of its indirect action on arousal, mood, and concentration contribute in large part to its cognition enhancing properties. In the last bit of research here, Johns Hopkins was able to conclude that in studies that they removed the withdrawal symptoms of caffeine, there was no cognitive improvements. So in order for people to see cognitive improvements, they need to have had the withdrawal symptoms from caffeine in order to see improvements in cognition. So what do we make of this? This is where the data stops and my opinion starts. At the end of the day, I'm not going to change my caffeine consumption that much. I will probably reduce it where I might only consume 1 coffee a day, and I do really like these Aspire Energies that, I'm not sponsored, but I would love to be if I ever see this video. I'm someone who doesn't like to get overly stimulated by caffeine. These are only 80 milligrams, and I'll either start my day with a coffee or one of these. And I think I might just limit it to under 300 milligrams a day going forward. I'd love to hear in the comments your guys' thoughts on this video. If you're gonna alter your caffeine consumption, let me know in the comments. And right up here, we have another video on if coffee is healthy. Obviously, I touched on some of the side effects. Here you can see some of the benefits. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and like this video if you enjoyed it. So we'll see you guys next time. Have a good day.